To you and me, Hillbilly. What's happening with you?
What's happening with me? Hillbilly is let's see. Well, last match he got knocked around a little bit, and then he got stabbed at the end. So
Oh,
he's
let's
feeling.
take a look here. I'm pretty
Mhm.
sure you were healed.
I was. Yep.
You were given medical attention, and your mech was repaired, so you're good.
Yep. We're golden walking into this, but that doesn't mean he's not mentally a little shook up by sort of taking the brunt of a response for Cosmo there.
Another thing to consider is that while you and Cosmo have really been the lead stable champions, and mostly you for many years, Hunter McGregor, shortly after his return
Yeah,
from the clan
bombastic.
front, has won the first like reunited vote pretty easily, actually, like by like a lot.
Yeah, he's got that sort of returning war hero vibe. Like he's doing well. People like it, and Hillbilly's all for it. He's happy to see Hunter's star rise a little bit. Um, the Hunter's obviously, as he has done in the past, a little controversial in how he gets people on his side, but at the same time, it is entertaining.
Okay. Uh,
Certainly not hurting about it.
there is a message for you.
Okay.
Keep up the good work. The people here enjoy your style, Hillbilly. Keep bringing the brawls with the big guns, and we may send more support. Signed, Ruin Industrial.
Oh, Ruin Industrial.
You also gain Lap of Luxury,
Okay.
so -1 stress. This comes in the form of a Ruin Industrial crate, and by that I mean like a munitions crate, like a mech munitions crate, so like the size of a freight truck. It is filled with several hundred bottles of whiskey and large bore rifles. So like 50 cal is the smallest rifle in this bunch of rifles.
Okay. That's exciting.
There's a promotional packet for Ruin Industrial. So they make industrial mechs, and specifically demolition mechs. So like mechs used to do like blowing, not like demolition derby, like used to like Colorado mountain type deal or urban redevelopment.
Yeah. Knocking down buildings.
Ruin
Cool.
Industrial. Yep.
Ruin. I like it. That's exciting. We've been hearing their name a lot lately.
That's true. That might be because the investor has a giant pile of wealth from having slept through all of season 1 and the preseason. And now that they've come back, they're literally handling everything. They're breaking the economy. Look, I said it before that like when James and Eric wake up as well, that's it. Like the economy is just tanked. There's no way to like sink their money except if they just buy a bunch of, clan assault.
What's the most expensive thing?
Custom. Yeah, every single month. So I don't know if I need to do like a rebuild of the economy or whatever, but we went from like almost like perfect curve of we could barely keep the mechs repaired to people showing up now like the Monopoly man.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. The economy of the game is really interesting, and there's definitely like I think you did a good job of scaling back like how easy it is to acquire stress reduction, and like you have to purchase it regularly and all those kinds of things. If that much more money gets dropped in, giving a few of those more of those types of options might be useful. Who knows?
Could be. One thing that has been a popular question is hosting the next Gladiator meeting, the Gladiator Hall. People liked it when somebody hosted it and gave everybody -1 stress, so I'm thinking of making that be like a really expensive option.
I liked that as well, and I think it was neat. I'm still just disappointed that we didn't get to our volleyball match with Omega Tanaga. That's going to be my eternal disappointment.
We were too busy holding a funeral.
Yeah, and guns to heads, if I remember correctly. But
yeah. That lasted. The question of was there a gun to somebody's head lasted all season.
It sure did. Elizabeth did not want to let that one go. But speaking of Elizabeth, I've got this crate full of like weapons and munitions that as a person, I don't know exactly what to do with. So what I will probably do is go over and knock on Elizabeth's door and chat with her about that.
Okay. Elizabeth is placing an order in basically flawless Italian. for what seems to be like catering, like dinner for everybody in the mech bay tonight, right? So that means, and like a really nice place, so that means ordering for like 50 people.
Okay.
So yeah, she's ordering in bulk, and she just excuse me, just gives you like a 1 minute, finishes it up, and then says, William, what can I do for you?
Ciao, Elizabeth. How you doing? Yeah, I got a shipment here of some weapons and munitions that like they're very interesting, and they look like they'd be a lot of fun to play with.
Actually legal in the Lyran Alliance now.
Perfect. Well, I'm glad that we're in the international zone here on Solaris, right? We're safe. That's perfect. That's what I wanted to hear. Well, honestly, I don't know exactly what all to do with these things, and I thought, as a representative from a legal perspective, first of all, I'm glad that you clarified that for me. But
do you
also,
like firing really large rifles?
I do. Like I want to play with these.
Have you ever considered being photographed wearing a Ruin Industrial jumpsuit while firing those rifles as a thank you to Ruin Industrial? And maybe it's a little promotional material for you. We do that. We promote you for like women in their mid-20s to early 30s who want to see you with like a tight jumpsuit on, like pictures of you from behind lying down in the grass firing a massive rifle, and we get the moment where like the grass is being flattened in every direction and there's the muzzle flash going off from behind, but the camera is just like purely focused on your ass. I feel like that is a very saleable moment that we can open up your preferred demographic.
Okay. Yeah. No, this is why you're the boss. That's perfect. Yeah. We'll set this up. This is
just a suggestion. If you want to go, maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you want to go for like Hillbilly, the gunsmith guy, like pictures, videos of you taking the rifles apart and explaining how they work. We could appeal to an entirely different, more masculine demographic with that. I hear that among certain inner sphere communities, they like to put all of their guns out on their back porch all at once, dozens of them. That would be a new demographic for you, but it might be more in keeping with your mountaineer ways.
I like these are all fantastic ideas. I think we'll definitely go with a nice photo shoot from an action shot perspective. That makes total sense to me.
Okay,
we'll kick the tires on that. And then what was the second option you brought up? Oh my gosh,
gunsmith.
Yeah. I think that what we can do is parlay that with Cosmo's tech tips and tricks, and we can
do like an episode together.
Yeah, let's do some collaborations.
Sure.
Build up both of our stars a bit. I
look forward to seeing you make those rolls.
All right, let's do it. You want to do it now?
Yeah, go ahead. So look, if you get a 7 to 9, I'll give you one of these goes off without a hitch.
Okay.
The other one has a problem.
All right. So I got a +1 on the corporate rolls now.
Duchy of Andurian
dice? That's right. You know it.
I hate these faction dice, I have to tell you. Oh, no.
So it's a 6 + 1, 7.
All right. You get to pick which photo shoot goes well. Is it the videos with Cosmo, or is it you lying in the grass taking very... I don't know how to describe these women. I don't know, Minnesota, Colorado women who are strong with guns and live on a ranch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that.
There must be a term for it. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Muscle ladies. I mean, really, but
muscle ladies. I don't think that's it. The kind of women who would go to a NASCAR show.
Yeah. Okay.
A muscle lady to go to that.
You don't.
I'm sure
You're right.
It has
that's
a terminology. I just don't know it. I apologize. Friends.
I do not either.
I'm still updating my terminology. I understand
the treadmill of terminology. It's constantly changing.
People call MILF a pejorative term, so now I use Bawilla, beautiful woman I'd like to ask out.
Right. That's safer. It is. I think I'll pick. In the spirit of teamwork, I will choose Cosmo's tech tricks and tips, that's the one, as going well for this one.
So that video goes great, and you guys get a lot of Comstar network comments that are just like, yeah, these are two guys that really know how to handle their pieces. I really appreciate the level of attention to detail in cleaning them, not like over cleaning. And somebody else is like, when they handled those guns, they kept their finger out their trigger guard. And I appreciate that sort of trigger discipline safety. Your other shoot is a disaster. Like the day that you chose to do it, it rained, and then like 30 to 50 feral hogs ran through the set. Like,
no, we're not loaded. We're not ready for this.
Your hair was frizzy. Like every part of it, everything that could go wrong went wrong. And in the end, I think they just scrapped the shoot altogether. They were just like, there's nothing here. Listen, I am a premier art student from Tharkad. I can use nothing of this. It is useless. Apparently, it's young Peter Stormare was your photographer.
I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Yeah, no, that's the right way for that to have failed, I think. Perfect. All right. Well, we got those munitions from Ruin Industrial handled at the very least. And that's exciting. Hopefully they appreciate the extra publicity.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other messages? Anything else coming in the airwaves that I got to be looking at?
Well, that's interesting because there is another advertisement, but it's not you, actually.
Ooh.
So let me get that.
Who is it? We're loading.
Scene intro. The Apex Dragon stable, Mech Bay. We see Scotty receiving a message a couple hours earlier indicating she'd be receiving a delivery. As she steps into the Mech Bay, her new custom Vapor Eagle, Hrelsgar, is just being delivered, having its primer gray chassis locked into the gantries. The BRV used to transfer it having just pulled out. After it's shut down, the cockpit opens up, and out steps a fit man wearing loose-fitting navy blue harem pants? What the hell are harem pants? Tucked into paratrooper boots and what appears to be a black sleeveless spandex unitard, straightening up to stand at about 6'5", with thick purple hair down to the bottom of his shoulder blades. Oh fuck, I know who it is now, and now I know why they're called harem pants. As he approaches from the gantries, dancing around the Aztec of both Apex Dragons and THICC, she would notice what is probably a neuro helmet, which is two curved ram horns with cybernetics sweeping from his forehead back around his ears, ending with gold-pointed tips downward at his chin. Scotty, the man would explain, dropping the last 2 feet down the ladder, coming over, smiling, and giving her a hug as one would a friend. The edges of his purple... Oh my god. Okay, this is literally like 5 paragraphs long. I'm not going to do this. We need to have a talk, Acheron. We need to have a talk. It's too long. It's too long. So this exceeds Zonalar at length. However, it should be noted that THICC, thick, when a small one isn't big enough, grab a thick one, is funding Scotty's new custom Vapor Eagle.
Okay.
Which is like a horrifying sniper targeting computer, long range pulsing Vapor Eagle, I think. It's literally horrendous. It's exactly what you would, because I think people got her Jump Jet Master or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, Jumping Jack?
Jumping Jack, yeah. So she has Jumping Jack,
she had sniper,
high gunnery rating, and this Vapor Eagle basically means she's just going to float around the battlefield and murder people from long range. It's just, it's done.
She might be one of the most dangerous of us.
I would say that she is on a slightly less level than Spoon, because facing his fucking unbelievably low gunnery is really scary.
That ERPPC specialization with the mechs that he pilots is bonkers good, like so good.
All right, so Hrelsgar is a 696 Vapor Eagle with a targeting computer, Gauss rifle, TER mediums, and 30 ER medium in the right torso.
Okay,
so it's like a long range floaty sniper.
Yeah, that's pretty darn good.
Yep.
Hillbilly will as it was planning on at some point today going and visiting Astrid anyway. So I assume he'll wander through after this delivery and just kind of like fanboy out about this thing a little bit, because he's just like, look at this. It's beautiful. I've been talking to Vimy about this and trying to get one of these. It is amazing.
Do you know what a shelf ass is?
No.
You've never heard of this?
No.
But like a dump truck? A dumpy, a dumpster? You never heard of any of these?
I've not heard that. No.
Okay. But now that I've said it, you can imagine what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I
right?
got it. I got
All right,
you.
so the guy in the tight jumpsuit that's delivering this thing has such a thick one.
Okay.
You know, and isn't stepping in on this conversation, but it should be noted that their butt is a member of this conversation. It's just conspicuously there. Yeah, so Astrid is kind of acting like maybe this isn't the greatest day of her entire life, and the thing that she's been waiting for forever and ever has finally arrived. And she just tosses her hair and goes, oh, yeah, I guess it's fine.
This whole thing?
Yeah, this whole thing.
Astrid, come on, you know you're pumped.
Well, I mean, I'm certainly not going to say no.
Oh man, what rank is she at?
As a medium rank?
Yeah, as a medium.
I have no idea. I would have to lie to you and make it up right now.
No, totally fair. I don't. No big deal. Mostly,
I was going
it's
to
just
introduce her
like,
as an opponent to someone in the medium rank when it seemed dramatically relevant.
Perfect. Well, yeah. So
you're literally the only one in the medium rank. So maybe the next time you lose, she'll try to overtake you.
His response to her is be like, this thing is going to be terrifying. I only hope I do not come up against you. Oh my God.
Look, you know how dramatic irony works. There's no way the Solaris referees won't make us fight each other.
I know. How you going to feel when you tear Buttercup up?
I don't think that's what's going to happen. You are an extremely scary opponent.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
You've gotten better over the years, even if you might not be quite as good at me as shooting.
You are pretty damn awesome at that. I appreciate that.
I'm very good at stalking.
That's true. You got a nice style to it. You've been doing well lately. So, yeah, I mean, I was coming down here just to check in with you, see how things were going. I know kind of things got a little weird with Saya this past week, and y'all are good friends.
Yesterday?
Yes, was it yesterday?
Saya's dead to me.
Okay.
We have been friends for a long time, but I think that this has been building. Her people have been trying to reassert themselves into her life, and it's a toxic relationship.
Yeah.
I think that they are on the verge of losing. I think the Jade Falcon clan is about to die out. And really? I think Saya is staring down the idea of having to answer to Star Captain Seth Kabrinsky as her superior.
Oh.
Things are not going well in the Jade Falcon occupation zone.
Yeah. I guess that I hadn't really been paying enough attention to that, but okay, that helps put things in perspective. Well, I mean, are you okay? Are you broken up about this? Like you said, you have been friends with her for a long time.
I've always known who she is, and I believe that there are some very interesting parts of clan philosophy we could all use, especially their technology. Hey, but the more time I spend with them, the more I see that they are essentially children.
Yeah.
Their level of societal control exceeds even the Capellan Confederation. They don't know what freedom is because they've never tasted it.
Astrid, you're preaching to the choir. I like where you're coming from.
Well,
no, that's
for you. I think perhaps you need to be freed from your level of freedom to use a little more authority in your life.
Well, certainly I've had a few people in my life who would agree with you.
Unity is as important as freedom.
Yeah, but a little bit of chaos can lead to a little bit of creativity that takes things a lot farther. You never know. You need a bit of both.
Maybe.
A bit of both. Well,
so we should describe what Astrid looks like now. We haven't really seen her during the 5-year time skip. I mean, she went from 18 to 23, right? That's a significant change for her. I don't want to say. Okay, so she definitely has gone for a prettier look, like a more feminine overall look to herself, but with an emphasis on pretty rather than something like cool or sexy or cute. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And one that wholly brings out the sort of Icelandic, Scandinavian, Norwegian-ish charm. You know, like
got a couple strategic braids in there.
Yeah. It's not just the braids though. She's even like taken to constantly wearing like a skiing outfit with a hood, you know, and like the kind of hunting leather pants that still wouldn't look unusual in some parts of Solaris. No, it's not like they're there for good company, but it definitely completes her sort of I'm the embodiment of the goddess of archery and hearthiness, right? Like she's trying to project this not matronly, but like I could be your wife image.
Okay.
That's her sailing material right there. Is I'm not just someone who puts food on the table. I'm good around the house and I'm very pretty too. And you can't handle it. I'm too good for you.
Yeah. Like top shelf, full package.
Yep.
Too expensive.
And I think she's probably gained like 3 inches of height as well. Like one final last bit of growth. Not that she was ever short before.
Yeah. What's that put her at? Like 5'8"?
I don't know. Let's say 5'11".
Oh, okay.
Let's say that she doesn't. Yeah, like it takes a
tall
tall
so
man
Hillbilly
to look
like
down
will
on
just
her.
be like a little bit taller than her at this point. Not much. Hillbilly himself, you know, I don't think we really described this last time. He went from 27 in the season 1. Now he's 32 in this season.
So he's geriatric millennialism's kicking in.
But see, the difference is that
hurts. Is he has to do hip and shoulder exercises every day just to stay loose.
Yeah, but you got to think about it from the you know, like being in the movies type of angle, right? Like he gets paid to handle his nutrition and his exercise regimen.
You have a nutritionist. You have Brody helping you stay working out every day, right? Yeah. Probably have whatever the Comstar version of an Instagram influencer workout fitness instructor is.
Yep, you get it. So he's mostly just like hardened up, right, over that time frame, so to speak, but still looking good.
Let's talk about facial hair with him.
Oh,
right? Yeah.
So, you know, along with that same vibe, right? Like just that sort of polishing, right? He in season 1, he was much more wild, had the kind of prospector beard, very long, but right, like to sort of deal with the different roles that he's been taking over time, right? He's had to shave. It's happened, right? He's had a mustache at some point, right? For a role, you know, like it's
you have like
varied.
A short but oil beard right now, like a well taken care of.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't know what that's like.
Yeah, I was also pretty bad when I had the beard about actually taking care of it. It's a lot of work.
I can't get it to grow any further. Every single time I get it to grow a little bit, the barber's just like, why don't I clean that up for you? And I'm like, please do not remove half of it. And then I look at myself in the mirror afterwards and I'm like, it's shorter now than it was 2 years ago. You have set me back so far. You have cost me everything.
No. Yeah, okay. It's a personal thing, man. Facial hair.
So the two of you have a heartwarming reunion.
Yep.
Interrupted by the fact that you're talking about Saya, who is a hot topic around the Mech Bay as well. A lot of people are talking about the fact that last night Saya withdrew all of her mechs from the Mech Bay.
Yeah, what is that list? She had a couple.
Let's see here.
There's like the Venom and something else, and
Saya Jade Falcon currently has a Summoner D and a Fire Falcon B. The Venom is Fire Falcons.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't seen her in a while. I'll have to check in.
Someone is working on fan art for Lynn Hilder that I think is a little
too far.
The person who's doing it knows who he is and knows my objections to it. So, you know,
fair enough. Yeah. So, you know, to kind of wrap up with Astrid, one thing that Hillbilly will just, you know, drop back in is that he had Astrid probably would have already sort of told him what Seth had told her. And he just let her know that, yeah, he did chat with Seth and offered, his help with whatever he can to make that, return of her family possible, whatever resources he has.
That. Remind me about that at the end of this episode.
Okay, will do.
It's happening.
It's happening. All right, perfect. All right, yeah. That's all I was really looking to get out of that scene. So,
okay. Anything else?
Was there anything else?
I feel like the end of the scene, the camera just tightens on the thick representative's shelf butt.
You just see our heads popping over each. Yeah. I did want to research my opponent.
Ah, yes. Who
Sir
wouldn't
Humphreys.
want to research Sir Jesus, give me a sec. Sir Templar Joshua Humphrey Stewart, word of Blake, openly recognized ROM agent.
Oh boy.
So basically has admitted to being like a 00 agent for Word of Blake, a religious organization.
All right, that sounds complicated.
Yeah.
So yeah, I head down to whatever the WhisperNet station I've got and we'll start doing some research.
I assume it's like the Jedi archives. There's a librarian who helps you find what you need.
I like that. So that's a 9 for me.
Oh, interesting. All right, so you get a question.
Okay. How about SPAs?
SPAs? All right. The answer to that is Melee Master.
Melee Master. Okay. And that's it.
Yep. You don't need much more than that.
Good to know. Tells me slightly what I might want to avoid. Perfect. All right. Well, that's all I really wanted to get done for sure before the interview.
All right. You're ready for the interview?
Let's do it.
So it's like William is literally riding a line with you and your opponent. He's got like Word of Blake earrings in, but he's also wearing like a free Worlds League like rings. And he's got nice like white gold pants, but a flannel shirt on. So he's split 50-50 out of all his fashion.
All right.
It looks odd. And I want to say that normally we describe Solaris fashion as looking odd. This looks odd for Solaris. It's like he couldn't settle on.
It's like deliberately clashing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Hillbilly walks in and he's going to be in his traditional denim cutoffs, right? And he'll be wearing a Ruin Industrial shirt for this one to represent the gift that they just provided. And he'll just walk into the interview, sit down, and say, "Willie D's, how you doing,
William?" I think you know the score here. I'm going to ask you about several controversial topics, starting with what is going on with Saya Jade Falcon, Star Commander Saya, as she's called, the gunslinger, the Master Jade Falcon ambassador, and now apparently anti-LGBT, racist, anti-religious bent. What is going on inside? Give us a look inside the command room of your company. What's happening right now? Is there support for Saya? Is there no support for Saya? Are you getting ready to cast her out? What is going on?
Yeah,
where do you stand? So that's a lot of questions, and I think the people of the Inner Sphere want answers to all of them.
They want answers to all of them. Well, I got answers to at least a few of them. What I can tell you is that from internal to Apex Dragons, we are probably just as confused as y'all are in terms of why now, why this, what it is in particular. But I don't know how up y'all are on just overall clan politics right now and what's going on. My understanding that things are getting kind of shaky between more than a few of those factions over there.
You have some insider knowledge you can share with us at Donegal Broadcasting Company?
I mean, no more than the rumors that I hear through these types of actions. It just seems like things are getting dicey. The heat's turning up. I feel like what Saya's doing now is more of a reaction to that than it is to anything else that we've got going on. As a cultural ambassador, I certainly thought that we were finding understandings, finding common ground, together through our relationship in the stable and her relationship as with the Jade Falcons. But
so you're saying that Saya's, what you would term as an outburst, was a uncontrolled emotional reaction to events within the Jade Falcon clan?
That's my current leading theory. It's not like she's calling me up and let me know her thought process here on this one. Maybe she will after this. I don't know. Is she going to be appearing here anytime soon?
I want to give you a flashback to the time where Saya called out Omega Tanaga and he literally raged out. Having seen you just call what she did an emotional outburst somewhere, Saya has destroyed several pieces of furniture. I don't know where it is, but I know that someone will be missing a table and probably several chairs.
All right. Nice. Yeah. Hillbilly's pretty good at trying to be nice and diplomatic and putting his foot in his mouth. So that sounds about right. Yeah, William, and as far as how I feel about the whole thing, I'm a little disappointed at the end of the day. I think we have built some trust over the years, helped out with the honor circuit, and she's all about that sort of even playing field thing. And this feels a little bit like a violation of that.
So you'd say you don't stand beside your stablemate in this regard. You're willing to strike out an independent course.
Yeah, not on this one. I think she's on her own.
Let's talk about you and your opponent today. I know that you have never been one to shirk away from close combat, but no. I think that you and I both know, and just know, I had this plan before you research your opponent. I think you and I both know that that's not where you're going to want to be against who you're facing today.
Well, I think over the years, what you've seen is that I've built a little bit more flexibility into my play style here. My game plan at this point includes the ability to get up close and personal and it to be a very effective tactic for me, but it doesn't necessarily have to be my preference. I can still stay far enough away, keep that range, chip away. That's what that UAC 10's for right now.
So that's what your plan is in today's match, is to use your superior mobility to take your opponent down from range.
That's at least part of it, but hey, no plan survives contact with the enemy, right? So we're going to see how it plays out, see what he tries to do. I don't honestly rightly know exactly how mobile he's going to be on the field today. I definitely do know that he wants to get up close and personal. So denying him what he wants is probably first on my list.
So he puts his elbows on his knees and does that thing where he interlocks his ring fingers, but the rings are so fat, that the fingers won't come together. And he says, so that's your game plan today. Are you confident enough in it to guarantee your victory here today?
William, you know that I am. I believe in myself. I believe in my skill set. And I think that I am going to come out on top today. And I'm going to do so in the name of epoch weapons. And absolutely what they do is epic. But, what you'll find is that their work stands the test of time.
Okay. Perfect. I think I know who that is.
Okay.
Yes. All right, I know who it is. Just so you know, they designed your opponent for today.
Awesome. That makes it better.
Yep. He actually designed yesterday's opponent too. Speaking of which, William shifts gears and says, tell me what your thoughts are about yesterday's match in which one of your stablemates confirm that they are what some would term a bloody pirate, someone who engaged in acts of theft and murder beyond the edges of the inner sphere, outside the purview of law.
Out of character, would they have been operating anywhere near like the Free Worlds League, like Duchy of Andarian area?
No, they don't operate that far, so they're like on the Lyran border.
Okay. Yeah, so man, yeah, I gotta be honest, I wasn't expecting it. That's not sort of how he was introduced to me, but he comes with Hunter McGregor's recommendation. You know, they've on the field of battle developed a friendship, and I trust Hunter's judgment in this case. You know, I think Mr. Knight's got a bit of a personality and a bit of a background, but so does everybody here on Solaris. Not everybody comes to this life, you know, prim and proper. So I'm not going to hold that against him. I'm going to see how he acts and see how he responds to this challenge in front of him here today. So
you would agree that he is not a pure individual?
I mean, I try not to speak for him, but you know, hey, if he's coming in with that type of background and people are
but
talking
you trust
about
him
those,
because you trust Hunter McGregor.
Yeah, that's where I would sum it up. You know, I don't think that I need to worry about watching my back, you know, for something he's going to do to me.
Speaking of your back, how are you healing after you were stabbed in your last match in the back?
Man, Cow you, I was not expecting that, not one bit. And how am I feeling? I'm healed, you know, physically, I'm good to go. I'm still mentally just kind of like upset about the whole thing. You know what I mean? Like that's just not for a competitor of Cow Yu's rank and caliber at that level, you know, to be going that route. I mean, I don't know what he's thinking. That's not gonna get him very far. Now he's locked up. When's he going to be ever be able to compete again? I don't know. I just can't understand how you make that decision.
There have been rumors that Cal Yu was sending a message from the Maskarovka. What do you know about that?
You know, the Capellan Confederation and the Maskarovka and all those things. Absolutely.
Whatever you say next, just know you may get stabbed a second time for whatever comes out of your mouth.
Yeah, no, I'm well aware that they're a dangerous group. Yeah, so where was I going with that one? You know, those are part of Cosmo's past and present. You know, as I understand it, right? He has dealt with those groups and is involved heavily with the Capellan Confederation in general. He's an official military officer. You know, our stable has that connection, and certainly there is some merit to the idea that this was an attempt to speak to that connection through me, I guess. But like, you know, I'm not involved in that. Yeah, I'm my own man. Yeah, I'm an Apex Dragon and I'm Cosmo's friend, but you know, I'm not a Capellan. I'm not part of the Maskarovka. I got no beef with that.
Very well. Is there anything you'd like to say before your next match?
Anything I'd like to say? Well, you know, looking forward to this one. Looking forward to putting on a show for the fans, for Solaris, for the people out there in this weary universe. Hope to put a few smiles on a few faces. That's my goal today.
In between, so you know that the show Solaris Nights basically airs the night before your match. Mm-hmm. So the next morning, there is a call out from your opponent that's being broadcasted, not on any Comstar network, but basically everywhere that Comstar isn't. This guy is. Okay. And it's that you and your organization, Apex Dragon. So this guy's like 35 years old, kind of Mediterranean, Caucasian mixed male with like shock white hair with a gold stripe down it, wearing the religious robes of Word of Blake, carrying a Word of Blake emblemized sword that looks like their logo. standing with the sword out, tilt up, point down, doing like a viral video press conference saying, "My opponent and his allies hate religion. They speak about freedom and authority while knowing neither. The word of Blake is the word of a god. One who knows much. One who runs technology. Without understanding the ways of technology, without understanding that the future of humanity is at stake here, without an understanding that the clans are the greatest enemies of the inner sphere that humans themselves will face. People like the Hillbilly and his stable are seduced by the technology, by their culture, by their dueling standards. They support and promote this sort of godlessness. They lack morality, they lack decency, and they lack good manners. And in my match today, I will show Mr. William Schmidt what it is to be human, and what it is to be a citizen of the inner sphere, and what it is to have God on your side."
Well.
Yeah, well.
Sir.
Do you want to put out a rebuttal or a response?
Yeah, Hillbilly will put out a quick statement, which is basically going to be along the lines of, well, we're going to put your convictions to the test here on the field of battle, but, good luck to you.
Okay. So between everything you said yesterday and your response there, because you did just give one, I'd like you to make a political statement roll.
Okay.
Controversial or political statement. 2d6 plus entertainment.
Plus entertainment, okay. That is a 7.
Okay. You can either reduce your stress by 1 or gain 1 glory.
I will take the glory.
Okay. So look, there are a lot of atheists in the cyber future, and listening to this guy pompously declare himself on the side of God and a religious morality expert has upset enough of them that the rest of them are like, I wasn't going to watch today's match, but I can't wait for this, what's his name? The Hillbilly to kick his ass.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right. Oh, I feel dirty using Comstar dice for this, but I will.
Uh-oh.
I'll use 1 Comstar die and 1 Free Worlds League die.
That is the word of Blake combo. All right. So does Sir Humphrey have a intro?
I mean, his intro is like a Word of Blake promotional video that involves him and several comrades Gregorian throat chanting. With like the ghostly. Have you seen that music video of the ghostly image of the guy in the background, like, oh yeah, like that? Like, you've seen videos like that? So it's like his mech with the sword, like slashing at things, while the 4 of them are standing on like an open plains overlooking the ocean, chanting.
Interesting.
It's definitely got a lot of religious allegory to it, religious symbolism, even if nothing particularly interesting happens beyond a bunch of slashing. So he'll be piloting the BCN3R custom Buccaneer.
Oh, the Buccaneer,
which is a ER large, 2 ER mediums, a medium pulse, and SRM6, and of course the Buccaneer's symbolic hatchet, which has been reforged to look like the Word of Blake's signature broadsword.
Oh, okay.
So
that's exciting.
With the XL fusion engine, a lot of long range firepower to back up a stabby stab.
Yeah, he definitely can match me on the range at this point. So
we can't erase these right now, chat. So ignore that they exist. But what's your intro with Buttercup now? A fully repaired and definitely not internally damaged Buttercup.
Yeah, for sure. So at this point, Buttercup will be out on the field, kind of cockpit popped and waiting, and a monster truck is going to come roaring out onto the field. Right, we've got our nice Duchy of Andurian flag on it. We've got our Free Worlds League flag
like
there.
Gravedigger.
Yeah, rattling in the wind as it goes. And we've got Bobby. He's driving, and Robbie's in the passenger seat, and he's shooting like smoke flares out the side. Hillbilly's holding onto the bar in front, and you get just like a nice speed metal sort of soundtrack that's playing as it roars up to Buttercup and does a few donuts around her. And then Hillbilly will, there's got to be like a zip line or something attached there, and grab that and pop up into the mech, give a little whoo, let's get this thing done.
Okay.
Get the match started.
I got a 8 on initiative.
Oh, 8, huh? Well, I got a 7, so.
Perfect. I enter from the north side.
From the north, huh? Okay. Well, I will enter here.
You know, the last person used this mech also horribly failed to use it well. Through no fault of their own. It was actually Glimo in the Time of Total Warfare finale, I think, who was piloting a
okay.
in here.
I have not caught up to that.
He was a Ward of Blake agent in that game.
Oh.
I need to turn the nameplate on, or we can't figure out which side is the front side. So look, people aren't going to watch this video until tomorrow, right? So what they don't know is that tonight, a few minutes before midnight, I'm going to make a post saying, wake me up when September ends, and then I'm going to post the 10-hour remix of the song September, because I have to get up tomorrow at 10 a.m. And that's that sort of galaxy brain, APGamingREAL non-humor that you can only get here.
That's classic. It's on brand.
Literally only understood by people after I explain it. Perfect humor. All right, let's roll again. 8. It's a popular number today.
I'd say 9.
Very well. I think I can move 9. Yep, he just charges forward. High speed.
Okay.
Right,
well, what shall I do? 1, 2, 3, 4.
He's got the sword held high, you know, at that knightly upper pose for like a strength-based swing.
Yeah.
Approach me, heretic! Why do you hide? I know that you excel in melee combat as well as any.
Yeah, hey, man, don't worry. This ain't hiding. I'm coming towards you. Just taking a few steps at a time. All right, so that puts me at 1, 2, 3. So that's just like a 1 on the walk, right? Yep. Yeah. And in heavy woods, so that's +3 for the defense.
Okay. I'm gonna fire ER large and 3 ER mediums.
Okay.
So that'll be it's a hit. ER large for the right torso for 8 damage.
Okay.
Miss. Miss. Miss.
All right. So I'm going to open up with the UAC 10 in ultra mode and 5 of the medium lasers. So the UAC 10 is going to hit on a 5, and the mediums hit on a 6. So UAC 10 first. That is a hit. Cluster only of 6, so not enough for both shots, but that is location 5. You are, what am I shooting? The center or?
Center.
What's that? Okay. So location 5 is right leg for 10.
Okay.
And then first medium laser is a miss. Second medium laser is a hit. Location 6, right torso for 5. Third medium laser is a miss. Fourth medium laser is a miss. And the last is a hit. Location 4, right arm for 5.
Okay.
So heat wise, that was a, let's see.
As the mech starts to warm up, 5 initiative.
Okay. That is a 8.
If you must hide in the trees, you must hide in the trees. But fight me, coward. Do not retreat.
My man, you ain't got to fear. I ain't going nowhere. At least nowhere that I can't get you. And wow, yeah, he's gonna just run straight at me.
That's not as straight as I would have liked.
But I mean, yeah, but I can just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That would be cowardly.
Was that cowardly?
He just told you that. Well, from his point of view, he told you it'd be cowardly to do anything other than stand and fight, right? You could definitely get behind him, but that might enrage him.
It might enrage him? Yeah. Is he not already enraged?
I would say he's not enraged. He's just upset.
Okay.
Look, it's up to you to make your own decisions.
Yeah.
Who knows what a man might do when enraged?
We'll find out, because this is what I'm doing. It's the correct move, and Hillbilly has no compunctions about.
All right. I want you to know that the audience, thousands, millions of people across the inner sphere, some of them are watching this like 2 or 3 months in the future, right? People in the periphery might not get this for a year. But when you know, like, everything about this match was hyped for a melee match. He runs towards you screaming about honor. You agreed that you would fight him in melee at some point. Maybe you didn't say honorably, but when you move to get behind him, people are like, oh, shock, like blood drains from a woman's face, and like a man at a bar, the drink slips from his glass.
It's surprising to me, because I mean, I'm in melee range. He can still hit me. At least as I understand it. But I'll go with it.
He will. He will definitely torso twist to hit you with his left side. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any left side weapons. So he's only going to hit you with the hatchet, but that's fine because he's pretty good with it. Go ahead. Okay. Take your shots. Yeah, I mean, do what you need to.
Same as last round for me. It's the UAC 10 ultra mode and 5 medium lasers. So that
Are you building heat at some point?
Actually, and the small laser, I'll fire that too. Yeah, I built 4 heat in the last round.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's not a players. They're crazy ass mech builds.
So I'm gonna actually fire the small and the medium. So it's five mediums, the small, and the UAC 10.
My God.
UAC 10 first, and that's gonna be at a 4 to hit with that. It's actually 4 to hit with everything. Yeah, 4 to hit with everything. So here we go. AC 10. That's a hit. No, it has to be above 8, like 8 and above on the cluster, right? So fails to get the double shot, but location 10 to the rear. Yeah.
Yep.
Left arm.
Okay.
And first medium
You
laser.
don't have like any cluster bonus up?
I don't. I have human TRO for the crit
Okay.
bonus, but yeah. So first medium hits on a 4. That's a hit. Location 5, right leg for 5.
Okay.
And second medium is a hit. Location 3, right arm.
Okay.
Third medium is a hit. Location 9, left leg.
This is bad for you. You haven't hit him in the back even once.
I know. Fourth medium is a hit. Location 7, center torso.
Yep, that's right. Center torso.
Yep.
Yeah. For 5.
2 on the crit. Yeah, for 5.
That's unfortunate.
And was this the last medium laser? That's a hit as well. Location 11, left arm.
Okay.
5. And the small is a hit. Location 8, left torso. There's that crit or cluster roll I could have used.
It's going to need a piloting skill check after this. Before that. As his battle mech is turning and the left arm is sweeping around, you come to the realization that, you understand that by having J, your mech quirks have been enabled. This guy has mech quirks too.
Oh.
Using that Blakist space magic.
We love
also because the Buccaneer has one really good quirk, and that's improved targeting in short range.
Okay.
So let's hope that I don't flub what I'm about to do here. I stay standing. Well, I survived standing, and now I'm about to hit you twice with a hatchet. So
okay,
with a bonus.
With the hatchets in his left arm. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, I definitely hit. So I think hatchet is full body, right? Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. It's treated like
it's not like punching. Your right leg takes 11.
Okay.
And your left torso takes 11 as well.
Okay.
And you will need another piloting skill check.
I need a piloting skill check, yeah.
Oh, wait a second. Hold up. I'm attacking downwardly, which means that I hit in a different location. Oh, shit. I forgot about this. Because I think when you attack with a hatchet like this, it might actually be on the punch table.
I think it's a weapon attack, but yeah, I don't know the rules on this one. So
144 physical attacks. There'll be a chart that will tell me how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Kick. Different values. So you are standing one level lower. A physical weapon on the punch table. So yep.
Okay.
Take back 22 points at whatever those 2 11s were, and you now have a very good chance of getting hatcheted in the head.
Oh, good. We like that.
Yeah. I mean, and you wanted to get behind me, right? You will now suffer for that.
I do.
You do not get hit in the head. You take 11 for the center torso and left arm.
And left arm. Okay. Yeah. Those are acceptable.
So Mech pivots and like almost directly behind him. He's just wildly slashing.
Smash.
You're like directly behind him, and your left arm and your center torso as this like broadsword. He's practically like stabbing you backwards with it. It's basically impossible for him to miss. You get the idea that he's incredibly skilled at melee
pretty good
combat.
at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Hillbilly will call out, "God damn, that hurts," as he swings away with his 2 punches.
All right, so you are punching on the kick table because he's above you.
Okay. And so I start at 3 for my piloting skill, and then it's 2 for his run, and then -1 for battle fists.
Okay, so you hit force.
Yeah.
Goddamn battle fists.
So that's a hit with the first one. And then what do I roll for the location? Just 1 dice, right?
6.
And that's a 1.
Okay, you hit the right leg. What's your punch amount?
So heat doesn't happen until the end of the round, right? So
Right.
I'm still at regular. So that's going to be 5 damage, right?
Okay, 5 damage right leg. Sounds so good. All right, go ahead and take your second punch.
Second shot is a miss.
Wow, it would have been a rear, center, torso. Oh no, sorry, that wouldn't have. That's not how it works. But that is a good set of numbers there. All right, you do need to make a PSR for staying standing after being double slashed, which is officially the name of his attack technique.
So that's a 6. I'm good.
All right, he's literally just screaming like, "This is an outrage!"
What are you talking about, man? You're still hitting me right here, pounding it out.
Pounding it out. How dare you? I would never use such vulgar language. You are a base creature.
You're a space creature. What does this mean?
Oh, okay. This isn't going to argue with you anymore. 8 on initiative.
Let me finish my heat real quick. Make sure I get this right.
Yeah.
23 plus the 1. So yeah, plus 5. So that puts me at exactly 9.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. So what'd you get?
An 8.
And I got an 8 as well.
All right, let me go back over. Let's roll.
Rolling. That's a 8.
5. He uses his ghost ability, Empathic Read, to win initiative.
Oh, to win initiative. Okay.
I told you up front, he was a Word of Blake ROM agent. Reading people is what
There
he does.
is.
Please go first.
I shall go first. So what do I want to do?
Continue engaging him in honorable melee combat without moving.
Of course. Without moving? I have to move because he's got that hatchet to my face potential right now. That's no good for me.
Step up to this nice, open, icy thing right here, you know?
Yeah, I could do that. I could do that.
You could.
Is that what I want to do?
Probably not.
No, not really. Although I am tempted to go face to face with this guy. I like the idea of beating it on him on his own terms, but he's pretty good at this. And those things are a little brutal.
You've already shot like a whole quarter of his mech off. Like,
yeah, that's accurate. Although staying at short range is pretty good for me.
Some real weak back armor, and he's gonna lose a leg eventually.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
Just remember, you can't run if you've moved backwards. You also can't go from the hill backwards.
This isn't backwards. This is.
Your mech's facing the wrong way then.
Huh? Is it?
Yeah. Right?
This is facing him. Yeah. So I went 1.
Never mind. Just don't mind me. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm
3,
a dumb one. I'm fucking up here.
4, 5, 6, 7. There we go.
Oh, interesting. All right. Well, he just doesn't move then.
All right. Perfect. So let's see. I went
shots.
1 and 2. Yeah. Okay. So just no defense bonus except for the woods for me. And before I take the shot there, I'll say, buddy, let's finish this out fair and square. And it's going to be everything again. So UAC 10 ultra mode, 5 mediums, and the small laser, because that's going to add 5 more heat to my total, which puts me at a shutdown on a 4. So I won't fire the small laser to avoid that shutdown. And these go at a -1 because of heat. They're all at short range, so this is hitting on 5s for all of those.
Sure.
So USC 10 first is a hit. Damn, still not enough on that cluster roll. I have not gotten it once. Location 7, center torso for 10. And first medium is a hit. Location 7 again, center torso for 5. How's that looking?
12.
Second medium is a hit. Location 3. That is right arm for 5.
Okay.
Third medium is a hit. Location 3. Right arm again for 5. Is that internal?
It's internal.
So that's a 12. So limb blown off.
Didn't need that anyway.
That's fair. It could have been that left arm. That would have been better.
Laser.
Yeah. And fourth medium is a hit. Location 8. Left torso. How's that looking? Left torso for 5. Okay. And last medium, I think that was that. Yeah. Is a hit as well. Location 10. Left arm.
Internal.
5. That's internal. It's a 7 on the crit. I don't think that crits.
Good, because that's where the hatchet is.
Is that a crit?
7 is not a crit.
No, that's right. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So 5. That's a couple. Yeah, PSR in there.
Okay. It's gonna alpha strike.
Let's do it.
Did you gain a movement? I don't think so. So you just have the 2 defense.
Yep.
Okay. So ER large, 3 ER mediums, pulse, and then SRM 6. 8 damage left arm.
Okay. That does go internal.
I don't remember what the crit was, but I don't think it had one. 5, is it 5 damage for medium ER? I think so, yeah. 5 damage right arm.
Okay.
5 damage center torso.
Okay.
5 damage right arm.
Okay.
You got that?
Yep.
Okay. Medium pulse, center torso with no through armor critical.
How much is that?
There was no critical. Very unfortunate. And
how much damage is the medium pulse again? Is it 5?
6.
Or?
Sorry, 6.
6. Okay.
3 missiles hit. Right torso for
Okay.
2. Right arm for 2.
Okay.
I feel like I got to be getting through that right arm, and then center torso for 2.
All right. Center torso is light. It's not great.
All right, and I build a shit ton of heat.
Mm.
Oh, I forgot I had Artemis 4 on my SRM. Give me a sec. I gotta figure out what a 7 is instead. An additional missile hits. Center torso.
Okay. There's that armor on the center torso gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's super unfortunate for you. That's really not what you want to have happen at any point.
Totally scary.
I'm gonna build 27 plus 8 is 35 heat, so I build 9 points of heat.
Okay.
But of course that doesn't take place in the end of the match.
Yeah.
You're up first on the melee front.
Okay, so we're gonna go those double punches again.
You're supercharged too, so you can get some very serious hits.
So yeah, once again, this is does he have to make his piloting check?
Yes, you both
so do I.
Right?
Yeah.
You're supper charged. All right, I got a 7.
And that's 5, so that passes for me.
4 now.
4 now, exactly. All right, first up, first punch. Let's see, started a 3, he got to 0, so I just hit on a 3. Or no, wait, -1, so I hit on a 2, which is good. So that hits. And location is 3 for 10 damage.
Let's get this handy dandy punch chart. Center torso for 10. I'm at 2 armor.
All right.
Go ahead.
And next shot is a hit. And it is.
Start with a 6 or a 3.
It's a 6.
That's a hit.
So 10 damage.
Well, do you have a critical boost?
I do have a +1 to the crit, so that's with a crit.
Roll a d6 to see where you hit.
Okay,
If it's a 3,
it is.
he's dead.
It is a 2.
Yeah, he's not dead. Instead, you hit his sensors, so he has a -2 on all things going forward. And takes a head hit. I'll just go ahead and make the consciousness check now. Need to not
fail.
Ones. He's good. You have the woods for defense, so that's a thing.
Well, that's 20 damage for him, so does need the piloting check.
Torso for 11.
That's That's internal, so
with 2 criticals.
Okay.
Now we're gonna see which of these criticals are real. 6-4 is a fusion hit. You have a +5.
Oh, definitely gonna have to make a shutdown roll then.
I mean, you already went hot, right? Like, and that's just the first hit. 5-5 is the supercharger. That's really bad.
No, that just shuts it down. We ran into that last time.
Are you sure? Let me double check.
Yes.
You're probably right.
I'm positive because this happened with that missile
and it
guy.
blows up, then that's when it's really
that's a bad one.
Yes. All right.
Exactly.
Well, then you're lucky because hitting the supercharger is probably the best thing that could have happened to you.
Yeah. No, see, now what I need to be lucky about is this next hit. So
you still take 11 damage center torso. Right?
Yeah, I marked it.
Okay,
yeah.
You're very close to exploding then.
Totally.
All right, we have to roll for knockdown, right? We both took
yes.
big hits. I'm good.
I am also good.
Okay.
So is he's ready to go? So wait, I gotta do heat now.
I gotta bump myself up to 9 heat first real quick. Yeah,
where
are you?
Oh man, I gained 10 heat on that one. So I'm at 19. So I need to make a shutdown on a 4, a shutdown on a 6, and a ammo explosion avoidance on a 4.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah. This is a brutal one.
Call him out.
All right, here's the first one. Shutdown on a 4. That's a pass. Second one, shut down on the 6. That's a pass. And the ammo explosion.
You really don't want this one.
We really don't want this one. That's a pass. So we're good. We're up. We're fighting. It's glorious.
So you hit him in the head with a punch, right?
Mm-hmm.
The hollow image of him on your console like briefly fuzzes out, and when it comes back, he's got like blood like leaking into one of his eyes, and the eyes going like red as he blinks. And he goes, I'd say we're in line for a draw because both of us will die if we keep this up. But I'm ready to die in the name of God. Are you? And he's gritting his teeth. Blood
in my own name,
He's got the blood on his teeth right now. You know, it's just leaking down his face like this. He looks like a crazed madman.
Yeah, so Hillbilly will respond, sir, I'm ready to die on my own terms. I don't need anybody's help in this one, but I will take a draw with you. If I don't want to kill you. I'm a little nervous here. I certainly don't want to lose Buttercup. That's my big concern.
So he puts one of his mech's feet on your torso and uses that to pull his longsword out. And he goes, fine. And then he like sheathes it on his back. He does it anime style. He just lets it go and it hangs there for no apparent reason.
Somehow.
Maybe it's just fucking magnets or something.
Yeah, I was going to say definitely magnets.
And he turns and walks away.
Cool.
You can hear him already giving an interview. You could see the interview feed. Like blood is just pouring over his face as he's walking away. And he's just like, it would have been the destruction of both machines, which would not be the holy will of Blake in this intent. I would hate to destroy a machine worked on by a great follower of Blake, such as the one who is persecuted for their beliefs at Apex Dragon's Mech Bay headquaters.
Look, so is he broadcasting that?
He's broadcasting that interview. Why you want to cut in?
Yeah, I mean, Hillbilly would cut in at that point and be like, just want to correct that just a little bit. They work for us. They are part of our team. We are not persecuting them. Jay is a valued member of the Apex Dragon stables.
So let me think here. Instead of the Solaris Nights logo, you could see that the show is Mech Talk. which is the #1 Holovid sports news show dedicated to the Solaris games. And the guy running Mech Talk is like, I'm Todd Richards, and right now, William the Hillbilly Schmidt has forced his way onto my show. Hillbilly, you seem to indicate that one of your fellow compatriots is not, in fact, being persecuted, and you would even say that you think that they are a valued member of the company. Is that right?
That's right. I mean, they're on contract with us. They're working day in, day out to make these machines hum.
I love the idea that your mechs are walking away from each other, but you're on the interview screen, your faces are pointed towards each other.
Yeah.
And Sir Humphreys is just like, obviously, this is not true. He has yet to stand in true defense of a follower of the beliefs of the Word of Blake. He instead offers some sort of half-hearted emotional analysis of Syed Jade Falcon, an arch heretic to humanity, one who has come to conquer all of us and to strip from us our most basic rights and beliefs.
Sir, Saya's got
Todd
her
like
beliefs.
swivels in his chair and he's like, William, rebuttal.
My rebuttal is simply this. Saya and Jay are both individuals. They both work with and for Apex Dragons. Saya has her opinions. Jay has theirs. I'm sorry. And you know what? Like, that's their problem. I fully endorse their ability to have their own opinions.
So Todd Richards is just like, so you're saying you don't favor either of these individuals and you stand by both of their statements equally.
No, that's not exactly what I'm saying.
Then what are you saying?
I'm saying that Saya's in the wrong, but she's entitled to say what she has to say.
So you believe that Syed Jade Falcon is wrong?
Yeah, in this instance, I do.
You heard it here first on Mech Talk, the premier Lyran Alliance Holovid Sports News Network. I'm Todd Richards, and this has been one of the more interesting interviews I've had this week. And then it's got the Donegal Broadcasting News Network theme as like, you know, like a swoosh comes in. And Sir Humphreys is just like, get out of my interview. Get out. Just leave. We're on commercial break now. Get out.
Make me.
He just closes comms.
Yeah.
Do you still want to go to an interview with William, or are you satisfied with your brief time on
I mean, like, I don't need to dodge the interview, but it's
you already had a Donegal Broadcasting interview.
Yeah. If William wanted to, I would go, of course, but
no need. You got your time in the spotlight.
That's right.
Anything you want to do in the post?
In the post,
you of course you have granted Epoch their well, you haven't, right? Because you didn't actually win. So
yeah, it was a draw, so that counts,
which means you don't get anything for your for your guaranteed victory. So you just get 1 XP.
Okay, so the draw doesn't count as a loss. You don't get the stress.
It also doesn't count as a win.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm cool with that.
You also don't gain or lose rank here.
Yeah, and it counts as, so my next battle still for the next rank, right? Because technically,
do a coin flip to figure out which way you go.
All right, I'm cool with that.
Let's see here.
We roll some dice.
Man, I can't believe Hunter lost. It was incredible to watch. Oh,
yeah, that was a brutal
now
one.
He has to defend his rank. All right. You know what? I'm sure we can get a coin here. You call it heads or tails?
Tails.
Very well. Quarter. An American quarter.
Ooh.
It's heads. You're defending your rank.
All right, that works.
William Schmidt defending rank 50.
Yeah.
Next match.
Was it 50?
Shit, and we know who your opponent is too. It's gonna be Astrid.
I know. I was like, she's gonna rip me apart.
Not if you get close.
That's true.
Not if you use your repaired supercharger punches to go 14 towards her and close the distance.
Yep. Those have helped. Man,
you better get lucky a map relay and not get something like the fucking Canyon map.
oh my God.
You would get owned on the Canyon map.
I don't need that. I just don't need that.
It's like fighting Archer Bowman. All right. Yeah, anything like you train with Brody? I hear that there's a new crop of they haven't said whether they're interns yet, but there is a new crop of gladiators or personnel that will be arriving. I don't know if you wanted to like lock in a training with somebody or if you wanted to train with Brody for that XP.
I'll go with Brody this time around. You know, we'll see what this new crop looks like when
Hunter
they make their
McGregor, stable
appearance.
champion, decide their fates. Who's assigned to who?
He's got the power.
You did him the great luxury
see...
of not giving him any interns because you didn't trust him. We'll see if he does the same for you.
You know, it was more of a read on the interns' descriptions of their personalities, you know, and where they might want to wind up. But
imagine a Hunter Saya combo and how that would have turned out.
That would have been as amazing as a Saya Seth combo, I think. Both would have had their moments.
Oh my God, a Saya Seth combo is a thing of nightmares. It would literally just be me saying I'm Jade Falcon 50 times an episode.
I would just love to see how Spoon responds to it 50 times. Anything else that I wanted to do this match? Let's see.
Yeah,
pretty much just no. I mean, I could make another like media role and try to like launch the next opportunity. But
you did mention something briefly with Vimy, right?
Yeah. Well, I think what I'd said was that I had been talking to him about how I wanted a Vapor Eagle.
Oh,
because
of course.
How do I get my hands on one of these things?
Did we ever address Seth's episode on your show being a fat stinker so badly that people were calling it non-canon?
No, we haven't. And gosh, we could make that role. We could see if Hillbilly somehow tries to like salvage the next arc, or maybe he like doubles down and he's like the return of Seth to the show with like a 3-episode arc and see how it goes.
Or do like a OVA movie, like an hour-and-a-half movie centered around Seth.
Oh my gosh,
like Dragon Clash in the Kingdom of Ice.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's commit to that. I'm gonna make that role.
Right, what is the storyline of Gunslinger Academy where substitute teacher Seth arrives back again? What is the 1.5 hour anime movie about?
Yeah, that's a great question. I feel like there's probably like some sort of like national tournament, right, that is taking place, or not national, but you know what I mean. Like
no. Yeah, look, it's a tradition of Glee clubs and sports teams to always want to go to nationals. So you know how it is.
Yes, yeah.
They just say the word nationals a lot, and that means everybody's motivated.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's going to be the basic setup for it, and maybe in Seth Kabrinsky's background, he's got a win under his belt at that level, and that's why he's trying to lead us to it.
Okay.
All right, here comes the roll. That's an 11.
Oh my God.
Plus 1 with the corporate, so that's a 12.
Oh my God,
that's
it's
like
incredible. Look, his first appearance not well received, but when you reframe, like maybe you take all the complaints people have about them and turn it into ironic twists. Like, oh, we never knew that he was just sultry or salty because in his background he'd always been harassed by women. I'm just look. Here's the thing: Spoon loves this character named Sylvain from Fire Emblem, and he's really shitty towards women all the time. And then it comes out like 10 hours into the game, at the point where you're like, damn it, Sylvain, you're a fucking idiot. It comes out that the reason why he acts like that is because all these women chase him around because they want his noble baby. Because they might become the baby mama to inherit the magic power. Like the kid's gonna get his magical crest and end up being a noble, right? So Sylvain has become like this super jaded. Yeah. So maybe that's what happens with Spoon. Like you take all the negatives people have said about them, and it turns out like these are all tragic backstory moments for him.
Yeah.
And now throughout the whole movie, he struggles to overcome the challenges placed on him by clan society.
And connect with these kids.
Yeah. And they make it to nationals, and the last scene is like the kids. What sport do they play? I don't know. I want to say volleyball because it's Haikyuu for me.
Done.
All right.
Yeah.
So it's literally like 25-23. It's like match point, final set, all that crap, and the ball's hanging in the air with like Coach Seth like and like the main character William the Hillbilly Schmidt about to slam the ball down. You know, will he make the match point or not? We'll find out in the next episode.
That's right.
The cliffhanger literally has billions of people across the Intersphere crying out about blue balls.
Perfect. Oh, I love it. That felt
This is
good.
the worst cliffhanger since Gandalf the Grey fell off that bridge.
Oh, jeez. Gandalf the who?
Oh, sorry. It's Gandalf the White now.
Yeah, that's right.
Look, you wouldn't know.
He's new. Yeah, that feels good. That feels like a good way to wrap it up.
All right. That's it for this episode.
Beautiful.
We'll be back on Sunday. We'll be back on Sunday with a new episode from Adam Kiseki, a.k.a. the Tin Man.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes with all the drama going on. We know that Adam Kiseki is particularly anti-clan, so maybe the Saya bashing will continue.
Yeah, we'll
Because
find
if
out.
there's one thing we know about the stable, it's that they are not Jade Falcon. All right. Have a good time zone, everybody.